Back in 1984 and 1985, when you became a member of the clinical staff at KIDS, what expertise did you have in making a determination with respect to whether or not a child or an adolescent was making up stories in order to move ahead in the treatment process of KIDS?
Alone, I had none. As a member of a team, I considered myself able to read kids and deal with kids in terms of honesty and dishonesty.
Did you ever consider the possibility that lots and lots of kids at KIDS were making things up from the day they entered the intake process until they finally got out of there in an attempt to just get out?
No.
Have you completed your answer?
No.
Please do.
There were kids who obviously fabricated, lied, told stories, cleaned them up in the process, got honest. I would suggest that those who did not complete or wanted out would just continue to lie and say that they lied and the things they said prior to that were not true.
Have you completed your answer now?
Yes. Are you hostile to me?
Actually, for the record, Phil, you are being pretty hostile in the tone of your questions, in my personal judgment.
I understand your personal judgment. This is cross-examination.
Oh, we know that.
And if
But
and the
I don't
record
think it's appropriate
and
for
in,
you to be deliberately hostile in an effort to upset Mrs. Newton.
in this
You're
case,
entitled to ask her any question you want, but you shouldn't personalize it to this extent.
in this case, there's not only a transcript of what's being said, there's an audio tape. So the judge will have the opportunity at the appropriate time to reach a conclusion with respect to whether or not I'm being inappropriate or hostile with respect to my questioning. I feel comfortable with what I'm doing. I've heard what you said, and I will make an attempt to ask the questions in an appropriate way for a lawyer in this state.
We would appreciate that.
You will.
You want a break? All right. We're off the record?
Going off the videotape record. We're back on the videotape record. You may proceed.
Mrs. Newton, I understand that you were upset about the tone with which I asked certain of my questions. I would give you two options at this point, if it's helpful to you. One is if there are answers to any of the questions you'd like to change that you perhaps didn't answer the way you would have liked to because of my tone, you can do that. And because most of my questions are written down, I could read those questions to you again, if that would be helpful to you, and give you the opportunity to provide different answers, because I want to make certain that whether you're happy or unhappy with the tone with which I ask my questions, the record accurately reflects your answers to those questions.
The record's accurate.